Moving on, luxury retailers rolled out the red carpet this year to celebrate the Chinese New Year. I sat down with Michael Gould, the chairman and CEO of high-end department store Bloomingdale's at their flagship store in New York City, and I asked him about some of the special initiatives that they've implemented this year to cater to Asian shoppers during this cultural celebration.
Well, this year we have pop-up shops in 59th Street in the New York store. We've added many more Mandarin-speaking people throughout the store. We've enhanced our offer in our visitor center. We've also made a concerted effort with key resources and key products, luxury brands that we think the Chinese visitor are very interested in.
Tell me more about the pop-up store.
Well, the pop-up shop, which was on the 6th floor, as well as you can see some other examples of welcoming people from China or people live in the United States who are Chinese and celebrate the New Year. It was both merchandise as well as the feel about Chinese products and Chinese and our relationship with China.
Your relationship with China has gone back to the Nixon administration. When the trade embargo was lifted, Bloomingdale's made a real big push to get the Chinese consumer into the U.S. and to get Chinese goods manufactured more according to U.S. tastes. How has that relationship evolved over the years?
Well, I think it's evolved over the years. We started in 1971, as you said. In 1981, we had a major Chinese fortnight or an exposition here in Bloomingdale's throughout the United States, highlighting merchandise, artisans, and products from China. And since then, we've just continued. It hasn't been a concerted effort of another Chinese event, so to speak, but our effort is just trying to make it more easier and more comfortable for people visiting from China to be able to visit a store here in the United States.
And you say make it easier for visitors. You've been part, or Bloomingdale's has been part of an initiative to lobby the federal government to make the cumbersome process of getting visas for Chinese tourists a little bit easier. Tell me about that effort.
Well, I think the effort's really from the corporation, from the chairman of the corporation, Terry Lundgren, and the National Retail Federation, really petitioning and lobbying the government to make it easier for people to get a visa, to shorten the time, find more places that you can get a visa in mainland China. And I think that obviously is helping as our visitors and the turnover volume of sales from people coming from China has grown dramatically, faster than any other country this past year.
And the Chinese are known for their taste for luxury goods. Do you see the Chinese consumer driving the growth of your luxury department?
Well, I think so, absolutely. And you can go to Paris and London and see the same thing, and to a much greater degree. The great department stores there, Harrods and Selfridges and Galeries Lafayette and Printemps, a staggering percentage of their sales are from people from the Far East, particularly from China. It's a smaller part of our business, but it's the fastest growing part of our business.
Why do you think that is?
Well, I think they want luxury goods. I think there's a price advantage of buying it outside the country. And I think they're attracted by famous brands and luxury brands such as Prada or Chanel or Vuitton or Gucci or even Coach and Estee Lauder and Ferragamo and people like that.
Has Bloomingdale's got any plans to promote the Bloomingdale's brand in China?
We do. I mean, we're working with some people now to see how we can promote the name, how we can get people to understand, whether it be online or in other methods, in mainland China, to understand what Bloomingdale's is. So when they visit, whether it be California or Illinois, Chicago or New York, they have a better understanding of what Bloomingdale's is.
You have launched advertising campaigns overseas to lure the Chinese consumer, and you do have several stores that have an increased number of multilingual staff members. How have those initiatives paid off?
Well, it paid off extremely well. Having multilingual people, have them easily identified in the store who they are, making sure your visitor center is very comfortable for people visiting, I think is an important part of being a friendly store and a store of the moment.
And how much growth do you see coming from China going forward?
Well, I think it's enormous growth. I think it will grow. I can't give you a specific number, but there's no reason that growth can't continue in 30–40% a year.
What in particular about Bloomingdale's is appealing to the Chinese consumer?
I think Bloomingdale's just is that store of the moment. It's a store that, like the Chinese, has a great respect for tradition. It's founded as a family business, was for many, many years. Have a great respect for our tradition and our history, and the respect for the tradition and the history of other people, such as the people from China.
Are there any other demographics that you're targeting with a particular play on a cultural celebration like you are with a New Year for the Chinese?
Oh, we have a very large population from Brazil, or visitors from Brazil, both here and in the Aventura in Florida in particular, as well as in other parts of the country. So I think what we're really trying to do is understand people better, understand their customs, their likes, the things that would make them feel comfortable in the store, whether they're from Brazil or whether they're from China.